So I just watched Dr. Butcher MD. Though Jordan, you lied to me. This is also called Zombie Holocaust. With a name like that, it's just there's something only the '80s would make. This was much needed after the previous installment. Uh, this movie was. Oh god. Uh, so the plot of this movie is basically how I can say this. Uh, Bodies are disappearing from hospitals, and this guy decides to go to an island because that's where it goes. That's what it's called. Bodies are disappearing tours. It doesn't really explain it, but the important thing is they find cannibals there who are not the bad guys. No, the bad guys are this evil doctor, hence why I think that's why it was called Dr. Butcher MD or whatever the hell this is. And that's why the doctor is pretty much making zombies. So you have him on one side, you have cannibals, you have the characters all in the middle, and you have the ultimate fight of flesh. Well, I wouldn't say that. Nothing can top uh, zombie. I don't forget which zombie movie it was, but they had zombie versus a shark. This is close to that level of cinematic enjoyance, seeing zombies take on cannibals. Oh god. This movie's not much to it. I mean, this is '80s schlock, but this is fun '80s schlock. I mean, the effects are meant to go, but they're so cheesy in some of the time scenes. There's a scene in the movie where the guy falls and cracks the thing. Just. I'm sorry. This movie was fun. This was fun in a good sense. I mean, I needed this movie. I mean, this movie's bad, but it's because it's so lowbrow, but it's so fun. I mean, the stuff it does in this movie, it's something only the '80s could break. And the soundtrack is just like also great. There's a nice opening theme to it too, and it also has a couple of an actor I think I saw before. It was on El Rey. I remember this guy, seen this guy before. It was a Lucio. What was the guy's name? Lucio Celli, I think it was. I just remember the freaking. It's a movie about also a crazed ass movie where basically uh, aliens have taken over and becoming. It's basically a mashup between the invasion of the body snatchers and aliens. The aliens take. It's pod people, but they also have this aesthetic quality to them, and their queen head pod person hypnotizes you, then slowly digests you. The scene when that happened, it was like, oh god. But I'm talking about another movie here. But the actor from that movie, I recognize him from this one, and he's pretty good in this. I mean, Ian Cully, I think his name is. Let me try that again. Yeah, Ian McCulloch. He's a, he's good. I mean, I recognize his face. That's the reason you're like, okay, I know this guy. I can do this. And this movie's just, I mean, it follows a lot of cliches. I mean, it follows a lot of things, but this one's more enjoyable because, like I said before, the previous installment, the '80s had something to them. Like, they're so bad, they're just good to watch. And they had concepts where they make it work more ludicrously than today's stuff, and this one did not disappoint. I mean, the fact that once the lone survivor girl becomes queen of the cannibals, I'm just sitting there like, okay, we're gonna see cannibals versus. Oh god, yeah. This was highly recommendable. I was at first I was pretty much terrified at first because the person who's usually giving me these movies, Jordan, my friend Jordan, he was like, "Yeah, I want you. Here's a list of movies. Dr. Butcher, M.D." Oh, he didn't say Dr. Butcher, M.D. He said Dr. Butcher. I was like, okay, this is something I've not heard before. You're not tricking me into something like last 2 years, because he gave me a couple of bad movies I've done the last 2 years. Beast of Yucca Flats was the first year, and last year was Creeping Terror, the one with the freaking carpet bag as a monster that flesh devoured people. So I guess he took pity on me this year. I guess he took pity after I told him that someone suggested Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. This movie was... Oh god, I'm still laughing at this stuff. The gore effects are just something I can see out of Italian and Spanish horror. I mean, it's nothing USA made. This is basically one of those movies where they're not going for, basically, there's no standards or practices here. There's no MPAA to frickin' gut you, unless you're the first Friday the 13th movie or a few other movies that call an MPAA. This movie's just straight up. It does not let go of what it does. It's just, oh god. I mean, there's some really good effects in here. I mean, some of the characters are a little, but there's some other characters in this that really are good in this. Oh, I mean, this movie's fun. I mean, this is a movie you watch with your friends, so you can watch them with them, and you take in this movie's thing. And this movie was fun. This movie was... I wish I had some friends to watch this with me. Unfortunately, they were here a couple days ago, not today, because I was doing the thing, so yeah. I wish I did. Oh well. Yeah, next time they're here, when my friend Jordan comes back from his, well, he's not going to have it yet, but in another week or two he'll be back here for a little bit, and I'll see him then. We'll have to catch up on some movies, because me and him, we're movie fanatics, so we do this other thing all the time. I'm just surprised he outdid me this time. This fucking movie. I mean, some of the gore effects too. I mean, there's like, you name it, this happens in the movie. I mean, there's impalement, there's body removal, there's guts everywhere. This movie does not care for your weak stomachs. This is a fun, gory movie to be had, and you could tell it's not American made, it's more foreign, and it has that quality to it, and you can't help but enjoy those type of movies where basically they're like, fuck standards and practices, we don't care, we'll do what the hell fuck we want. And it's much more freedom here, and you can tell, and it's a fun to see this happen. You get results like fucking Cannibals versus Zombies. Only in the frickin' 80s in a frickin' foreign film could you see a concept like that happen. Yeah, this was fun. Thank you, Jordan, again, for letting me watch this movie. It kind of scared me a little bit when I was looking for. I hope this is the movie you gave me, Jordan, because this is what led me. I looked for Dr. Butcher and Dr. Butcher on Google, and which it's first thing that popped up was Dr. Butcher MD, which led me to Wikipedia, the zombie holocaust. I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected, but I followed through. So yeah, this was this was something else. I mean, it's on YouTube. Go ahead. I really recommend to watch it. It's something you can kill for about an hour and maybe a little over a half. It's just total balls to the wall insanity that I've enjoyed very much. So yeah, fully free to recommend Dr. Butcher MD. I gotta look up online now, see why this was coming up as why there's so many names. But again, it's foreign. Usually when it's foreign movies, they come up with like 5 different names for these things. Like, it doesn't surprise me at that. So hopefully I got the right movie. If not, fuck, oh my, how did I mess this up? But yeah, this was fun. and just I mean it's different, but it's something different. Like you expect now this modern era, but not something in the '80s almost. And this is like a hidden little gem that you find in the '80s, and I find freaking a mad scientist with zombie minions, and basically cannibals are the ones that's here to save the day. Oh God, this movie. I'm not gonna even spoil some of the final tips of this movie. That's just you gotta see it for yourself. You want something that's highly entertainable at the time of year. This works. This fully works. This made my day. This so made up for the last installment. I really was disappointed in the last installment, and this sure as hell made up for that. So thank you again, Jordan. So, I don't know what tomorrow is. It's not Penn. Is it Night of the Creeps? I don't know. We'll find out. I just knew this is what the movies I had on set me. So we'll find out what happens. We'll have tomorrow to look at. Till next time, folks. Sex out. Am I still on? Okay, that's weird. Okay, sex out again.